The film opens with a startling image. A captain whose uniform is soaked in blood. He goes into a shop carrying a broken monkey toy. The shopkeeper, seeing his state, asks what happened and why the toy is damaged. The captain replies, "Thank God, it's not doing anything right now." But just as he says this, the monkey toy suddenly starts playing its drum. Immediately, strange things begin to happen inside the shop. For instance, a rat chews through a rope, causing things tied to it to fall. Then, incredibly fast, an arrow shoots out and kills the shopkeeper instantly. He doesn't even have time to scream. It becomes clear this monkey toy is cursed. It seems whenever it plays its drum, someone dies. The captain already knew about this. The monkey itself seemed tired of this game of death, so the captain decides to destroy the monkey by burning it. But even as it burns, the monkey is shown laughing in a strange, eerie way, as if it still has a plan. The captain's final thought is that he's leaving a huge problem for his children. The scene then jumps forward many years to 1999. We meet Hell and Belle, twin brothers who are the captain's sons. After their father's death, they live with their mother. Their mother is very busy with her work, so the boys spend most of their time together. Both are very curious about their father, but their mother never talks about him. One day, they decide to look through their father's old things. They find a box containing his military uniform. Inside the box, they find that same monkey toy we saw at the beginning of the movie. The box has writing on it. Win the key in this monkey and see what happens. Belle suggests they try it out. Hell is curious too, and winds the key, but nothing seems to happen. They figure the toy must just be old and broken. They put it back and leave, but they don't know the truth yet. Later that day, Hell and Belle are going to the Life's Kitchen restaurant with their mother. They're really excited to go. As they get into the car, Hell is shocked to see that the monkey toy is already sitting inside. He can't believe it. He'd put the monkey back in the box himself. But he shakes it off, and they leave for the restaurant. Inside the restaurant, as they're enjoying their meal, Hell suddenly hears a strange sound. It's the sound of the monkey's drum, and he's confused. He left the monkey in the car, didn't he? How is he hearing it here? While he's thinking this, the chef's knife suddenly flies through the air. It slices right through the neck of Hell's nanny, killing her instantly. There's nothing anyone can do. Everyone thinks it was a horrible accident, but Hell knows better. He knows the monkey is involved. Hell and Belle are deeply shaken by witnessing their nanny's death. Their mother takes them to the nanny's funeral and tries to explain that sometimes life is just unpredictable. You never know what will happen or when. When they get home, Hell goes straight to the monkey toy. He looks at it and seems to ask, "Are you behind this?" As he's doing this, his brother Belle comes in and starts teasing him. Hell starts telling Belle about the monkey. He explains how it got into the car from the box, how he heard the drum sound from the car, and how the nanny died right after. Belle just laughs and makes fun of him. The next day, Belle causes even more trouble. He tells the story about the monkey to everyone at school, which makes everyone tease Hell. Hell is furious at his brother. Fuming, he goes home and winds the key in the monkey again. And in a fit of anger, he tells the monkey, "Kill my brother!" He's just saying this out of pure rage. He doesn't really think about what might happen. But the moment he winds the key, his mother, who is cooking dinner for them, suddenly gets sick. Blood starts coming from her eyes, ears, and nose. She collapses and dies right there. Doctors say Hell's mother died from a brain hemorrhage, but Hell knows the terrible truth. His mother's death was his fault, because he wound the monkey's key. Filled with grief and anger, he goes home and smashes the monkey toy with a hammer. However, the next morning, when he wakes up, he finds the monkey completely intact, as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, Belle is in deep shock. He's devastated by their mother's death. For 3 days, he doesn't even change out of the clothes he wore to her funeral. Then, on the 3rd day, their uncle comes to pick them up. Now that both parents are gone, they have to live with a guardian. Living with their uncle, Hell feels enormous regret. He desperately wants to tell Belle the truth. Finally, after a long time, he talks to Belle. He tells him that their mother died because of the monkey's drum, and he admits it was his fault. He explains he wound the key in anger, and he tells Belle that whenever the key is wound, someone dies. Belle doesn't believe a word of it. He challenges Hell. "Okay, if that's true, prove it. Win the key again." To prove he's telling the truth, Hell wins the key and the monkey one more time. He does it without thinking about the consequence or who might be next. The moment he winds the key, elsewhere, we see their uncle. He's riding a horse. Suddenly, he falls off the horse. Then, multiple horses run over him. He dies on the spot. This horrific event is all the proof Belle needs. He finally understands how dangerous that monkey toy is. After this, they make a decision. They have to get rid of this monkey toy. They put the monkey back in its box and bury it deep in the ground, hoping it's finally contained. With the monkey buried, the strange string of deaths seems to stop. 25 years pass. It's now 25 years later, and we see Hell again. He's working as a storekeeper. He hasn't spoken to his brother Belle in all this time. He's afraid that if they reconnect, the monkey's terrible influence might return and follow them both, and the death and destruction would start all over again. Hell asks his manager for time off. He needs to go see his son, Pete. Pete lives with Hell's ex-wife, but when he gets there, he gets some shocking news. His ex-wife and her new husband are planning to get full legal custody of Pete. This means Hell will have even less time with his son. These are his last 2 days to spend with Pete, and he wants to make the most of it. To create some good memories, Hell decides to take Pete on a road trip. That night, they stay at a motel. While they're there, Pete asks Hell about his family. He asks, "Do you have any brothers?" Hell thinks of Belle, whom he hasn't seen in years. But he lies to Pete. "No," he says. "I don't have a brother. I'm all alone." The scene shifts to the woman. This is the one Hell and Belle lived with after their parents died. Their aunt. Her husband, their uncle, also died because Hell wounded the monkey's key that day. She's living alone in her house. Suddenly, she hears strange, spooky sounds in her house. It sounds like someone is breaking in. Alarmed, she grabs a gun and goes to investigate. She thinks the sounds are coming from the basement. As she carefully goes down the basement stairs, she hears that dreadful drumming sound. And at that exact moment, the stairs beneath her feet suddenly give way. The glass floor below also shatters. She falls and is horribly injured. Shards of glass and wood are embedded in her face. Trying to see her face, she struggles towards a piece of broken glass, but instead she smells gas. She stumbles to the kitchen, and as she leans towards the stove to check, there's a spark. An explosion erupts and her face is horribly burned. Screaming in agony, she stumbles outside. Disoriented, she collapses near a billboard out front. As she falls, her head is impaled on a broken piece of the billboard. She dies instantly. Meanwhile, back at the motel, Hell is having a terrible nightmare. In his dream, he sees his mother in a terrifying form, and he sees the monkey. He wakes up with a jolt. His phone is ringing. It's Belle, calling after all these years. Hell answers. Belle tells him terrible news. The monkey is back, and the deaths have started again. This is a huge problem. They have to figure out how to stop it for good. But they immediately start arguing over how to do it. Who will find the monkey and destroy it? As they talk, Hell walks outside the motel room. He notices strange noises coming from an air conditioner near the pool. There's a spark, then the air conditioner unit falls away, and a wire snaps, landing in the pool. The water becomes electrified. Just then, a girl jumps into the pool and is instantly killed by the electric current. Seeing this horror, Hell is even more terrified. He realizes the monkey's power is growing. It's more dangerous than ever. Now, just thinking about it seems to trigger chaos. Hell decides they have to leave immediately. He wants to get Pete away from the danger, but Pete wants to go to Hell's childhood home, where he used to live with his aunt. He says it's his last wish. Hell feels he has to let him go, so they drive to the aunt's house. When they arrive, they find that since the aunt's death, her belongings are being auctioned off. And guess what? The monkey toy is there. A young boy buys it. On the way, Hell thinks back on his own past. He remembers how much he missed his father, but how his mother always kept them apart. And then their father died. Lost in these thoughts, Hell is startled by an agent. The agent tells him something disturbing. In this town they've just arrived in, strange accidents are happening. People are dying, one after another, in bizarre ways. Hell is immediately shocked. He knows the monkey is here. Hearing Hell talk about his past, Pete learns that Hell actually has a brother. Now Hell knows he has to find that monkey toy. He goes to the storage room where the unsold auction items are kept. He figures the monkey, if not sold, would be here. He asks the agent if a monkey toy was in the auction. The agent isn't sure, but he opens the storage room for Hell to look. As Hell starts searching, the agent opens a cabinet. A shotgun falls out and it goes off, killing the agent instantly. Suddenly, throughout the storage room, they hear the sound of the monkey's drums. Hell now knows for sure that Belle is here in town too, but Belle hasn't come to see him. Hell calls Belle and confronts him. When Belle still doesn't show up, Hell starts trying to track Belle down. Meanwhile, at Belle's house, it becomes clear Belle's intentions are dark. Here's the twist. The monkey toy that Hell is searching everywhere for is with Belle. Belle has the monkey. He seems to think of it as an ally, maybe even a friend. He's also set up traps all around his house. He knows Hell will come for him, and he wants revenge. Belle believes that Hell is responsible for the deaths of their father, their mother, and their uncle. He feels Hell took everyone from him. A flashback shows us what happened after the brothers buried the monkey toy. Belle secretly went back to dig it up, but the monkey wasn't there. He only found the key. Since then, Belle has been searching for the monkey. He finally found it at their aunt's auction. He bought it from the boy who acquired it. Belle wanted the monkey back all along. When he saw Hell and Pete at the auction, he held them at gunpoint and forced them to his house. At his house, Belle threatens Pete and tells him to go inside and get the monkey toy. Hell knows that if Pete winds the key, something terrible will happen. He yells to Pete, "Don't you dare wind that key by accident, otherwise everything will go wrong." Pete goes inside Belle's house. Belle gives him the monkey toy, but Pete has no idea how dangerous it is. Belle forces Pete to wind the key. The moment Pete winds the key, outside, the gun in Belle's hand fires, aimed at Hell. Luckily, the bullet misses Hell. It hits a beehive on the roof instead. This causes a swarm of angry bees to attack Belle inside the house. The bees kill Belle. Seeing the chaos, Hell realizes Pete must have wounded the key. Desperate to stop it, Hell rushes inside Belle's house. But the moment he steps inside, one of Belle's own traps is triggered, and Hell gets caught. Belle, injured by the bees, comes towards Hell. They struggle near the activated trap. In the struggle, they don't realize that because the monkey is playing its drum again, and that means more death is coming. As the drums beat, the roof starts to shake. The shaking causes one of Belle's own traps to fall directly onto Belle, killing him. Outside, we see the town is already experiencing widespread destruction. Fires are breaking out everywhere. Back at the house, Hell and Pete manage to escape. They decide to leave the town, but this time they decide to take the monkey toy with them. They figure keeping it close is the only way to potentially control its power and prevent future destruction. As they leave the town, they see a mysterious horseman. This figure seems to represent death and the destruction of this town. And with that final ominous image, the story of the monkey's terror in this town ends.